Hello Ds, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna. Every mid-August, more or less, we have celebrations happening right next to Benidorm, just a couple of kilometers from there in the loveliest village of Albir. Let's show you what Albir is looking like at night. Maybe this is going to be your next holiday destination, or you will visit it at least once during your holidays here in the area. Enjoy! We are in the middle of Albir, but not so far away from the beach right now. As you can see, the streets are full of lights. There's people walking around, even though it's almost 10 p.m. right now in the evening. It's weekend and all the bars, restaurants and cafeterias are full. This is probably even busier than Benidorm right now because there is barely any free space where to park. All the tables at even not so popular restaurants are extremely busy, and you can see people absolutely everywhere. Mid-August is when the celebrations of different villages and parts of the area are usually held. And right now, it is officially the weekend of Albir fiestas. Every single summer, starting from the end of school, which is around mid towards third week of June, up until the end of August, we have a summer fair by the beach. But apart from that, on these days, we have some more entertainment, some live music. There are some events for children such as foam party, different types of floating, inflatable things to play in water, and much more. There's loud music, there's bands, there's some food being cooked with quite reasonable prices out here in the park of Albir. This is called the Park of Eucalyptus Trees because these are authentic eucalyptus trees that are growing out here. And it is where a lot of nice, lovely yellow lights are being put in place, and it just gives a special magical touch to it. There's some music, there's a lot of people, children playing around. Children's park is nearby as well. People are just gathering together. You know that Spanish love it. Spanish love to gather around. They do not stay at home. They do not invite guests at home. But instead of that, usually they just meet up in different bars, restaurants, cafeterias to have a chat and have some nice time. And this night already is not as hot. It's not a tropical night any longer, so the temperatures are very nice and comfortable. Thus, people go out to the streets to enjoy last couple calendar weeks of the summertime. This is usually held for about 3 to 4 days, more or less maximum, and starting from Monday it will all be over. There's also some themed costume parades, not big ones, but still it's interesting. There's classic cars and motorcycles parade as well. There is live orchestra and bands walking down Albir streets, and there is fireworks, which by the way probably will be today at night. Fireworks and mascleta, which are these small, very noisy firecrackers that not a lot of people like, but it's a typical Spanish tradition. Right outside the Eucalyptus Park, we can see some of the sellers right here next to us. Usually there's slightly more of them, quite a lot more, but this year somehow there's just a few. There is a scene being put in place, and they are trying out because all the instruments, because in a short amount of time the concert will begin. There's going to be some bands playing here, there's going to be some live music. This is like a dance floor right in the middle of the town, in the middle of the village. Even the buses do not pass through this area any longer. They go the opposite direction today. Everything is ready and prepared for the fiestas to begin. Afterwards, there's going to be celebrations around in Altea. There were some celebrations already in Alfaz, in La Nucia, in Polop, in Benidorm. Different areas will be celebrating their weekends, or in case of Benidorm, a couple of weeks of celebration. Here, children can grab on some nice colorful balloons as well, some sweet snacks, some toys that they could play with. There's also a place that sells some sweets and waffles, if I'm not wrong, and some sugar cotton. There are some specific points. This is the violet point and the rainbow points. This is made sure to protect people, especially some girls, if they think someone poured in their drink something, or if they have issues with someone. If something happens, these are the points where you need to access first. There's a lot of police cars out here checking for safety of everyone enjoying the holidays, and there is Red Cross and ambulance as well nearby to ensure the safety of a lot of people here in the area. And this celebration probably will go way past midnight, and this is when the fireworks will finish up this day as it is. By the way, this is the bus number 10. As you can see, we always let you know how can you get to nearby villages, and in this case, bus number 10 goes right from the beginning of the Mediterranean Avenue by the old town. It crosses the whole entire Benidorm by the Mediterranean Avenue towards Rincon de Loig and the beginning of the Levante beach, and from there it goes up Rincon de Loig towards the Aqualandia, Mundomar, all the campings and campsites, and then followed to Alfaz del Pi and Albir. The last stop of bus number 10 is in Altea, and it runs every 15 to 20 minutes. Should be like this. Sometimes they miss one of the buses, especially in summertime, but the rest of it seems to be fine, and every 15 to 20 minutes you're able to catch a bus to go there. Some lovely Asian restaurants. The Nuevo Siglo, which is New Century, is supposed to be quite popular. We've been there quite a few times and always got some nice service. And right next to it, to the left side, you've seen it already, is the only one and only hotel in Albir that has sea views. One and only, that is situated right on the seashore, right by the beach of Albir, which is the Cactus Albir Hotel. It is quite popular amongst national and international tourists too. It has a great access to the beach. It's close to everything, close to public transport too. And if you want to look at the sea when you wake up, this is probably the only place that will give you this option here in Albir. By the seashore, by the seaside, there's also a lot of people having some lovely walks. And oh, there's some slight breeze, which makes it not as hot any longer. Oh, look at that. This is gorgeous. There are people on the beach trying to make some nice pictures of it, but barely. There is some lovely, almost full moon. It's not full moon just yet, but it's so bright. It reflects in the water. There's people taking pictures of it right now, and there's people swimming right now in the Mediterranean Sea, because remember, there are no exact limitations for the timetable when you are able to enjoy the sea. If you're a good swimmer, even if there is no lifeguards, you are still allowed to go for a swim. Noah Beach here, this is a three-story almost building with some terrace on top. This is Noah Beach. It's a place of typical Spanish food, Mediterranean type of style food in general. They serve some cocktails, some drinks, etc., and it tends to be quite popular here in Albir. And obviously, we've gotten to the fair. Here, the fair is not as big as it might be in other cities. This is a village, so there's not a lot of spots here for the market, but there are some toys you can purchase. There are some typical or Portuguese, for example, wines. There's some natural cosmetics. There's some leather bags that you can grab from here. They are of a good quality as a souvenir. There's some temporary henna tattoos that are able to be made here. We tried them a few years ago before pandemics, and it did work quite well, I must say. Then there's some attractions here for children, for smaller, and then for some older ones as well. For some of these attractions, you need to go to this booth right here. And for the others, you need to purchase the tickets right by the bar, which is where we'll go right now. all these inflatable things, you're able to use them with one ticket. You're able to go from one to the other because that's the same spot. These jumping beds are separate ones already. Then there's some little trains for children too, where they give you some colorful balloons to play. These other jumping beds where you're like tied with strings, and much more. And tickets can be purchased right there in front where you see the line. This is where people are purchasing the tickets for different types of attractions. Some nice refreshing drinks here, some sweets and snacks on the left side of it. And this atmosphere it is here every single summer, and it will be here up until the end of August, and then all of it will go away and we will get back to our usual life, and people will start to prepare their children to school. People are going away from holidays, returning back home to work, and it's going to be calendar autumn, so it's going to be slightly quieter here in the area in this sense. There's not going to be any kind of fair on the parking lot. But there will be crafts market slightly more than that, and on specific occasions during celebrations in the area, there is a crafts market at the beginning of the beach by the anchor, which is where we're heading on right now. By the way, there's public toilets here in the area, which are these ones here to the left. You're able to use them free of charge, and they're right next to the beach. Really much appreciated service here in the area. The famous Albir cow shop is also here nearby. It's a huge shop here, and even as locals, we do frequent it every now and then because it has some cute thingies that do serve as souvenirs, as some gifts as well. And it's just fun to walk around and look at what kind of new thingies they are having. Later on, we'll let you know about something in the future videos that you should know, because seems that not only Chinese shops scam tourists, but also some specific workers of Albir shop. And we'll let you know what we personally experienced in one of them. So stay tuned for the future videos. Meanwhile, at the beginning of the Albir beach, we can see a lot of busy businesses. There is some loveliest pizzeria here at the right with some colorful light bulbs shining on the numerous tables on the terrace. There is typical Spanish tapas places here. There are cocktail places. There's just bars where you can grab some selection of tapas and typical Spanish food. Ice cream and dessert places that bring you some refreshing milkshake or a slushy, which are called granizados here in Spain, and there's a lot of different flavors of those too. There is some music somewhere on the background, and right here by the anchor is where the crafts market is located. Usually here is where you can find some unique belongings and purchase some unique souvenirs or gifts for yourself and for your loved ones, friends, or relatives. At places like these, obviously you can get your hair braided with typical African braids. This is something usual already. You will find artists that are making live paintings right here on the market. You will find artists that did some unique jewelry made of silver or some kind of specific steel, like a medical one, or the one that doesn't go bad and doesn't go like yellow as a metal. You will be able to find unique vases where inside there are live growing plants, and it does look like a greenhouse of a kind, and you barely even need to water them, which is absolutely insane. There are some engraved different types of badges, signs, bracelets. These are the plants we were talking to you about. That is incredible. You do not even need to water them. They just somehow grow there, but it's strange because they're absolutely closed inside of the vessel, which is interesting. Here we also have nice decorations for home, some bracelets with your name on them, some leather accessories too. Here there was supposed to be like a churros truck which was selling churros with chocolate, waffles, refreshing drinks, etc. But at least right now it's not here any longer, which is an authentic shame because a lot of people were using their service because there is nowhere else you could get churros for a takeaway right now in summer here in the area, unless you go to any kind of bar, but it's not a churros place, so technically it's not the same. All the cafeterias and bars on the main avenue are also packed, as you can see. A lot of people, even children, even babies and small children in a boogie, are still here. Lights are on, the colorful celebration girnals are also turned on in our area, which means we are in festive days and festive weekend. There's a lot of Netherlands bars here. There's a lot of Belgian bars, German ones, Irish, English bars. There is a little bit of everything out here in Albir, and it's a very special place to come on holidays. It's not a cheap place to come on holidays either, but for all those who are seeking for quality, quieter holidays, for all those who love to do sports, love to walk, enjoy the nature, it is simply ideal because you have a natural park right nearby. You have the access to the lighthouse walk. You have the beach walk up until Altea Beach. You have a lot of options to enjoy from here in the area. The bus number 10 going back to Benidorm, by the way. Oh, and this one here, La Perla, the Pearl. This is one of the best. Trust me on this. We've been there only once and we've tried their ice cream. Oh my God. This was both the creamiest, the most authentic and natural ice cream we've tried in our whole entire lives. Not even Italian. Maybe it is like Italian style ice cream like gelato, but it was so tasty. It's authentic recipes. They do not use any artificial flavors or colorings. They probably do not even know we do this video because obviously we went there like customers as a family. We grabbed some ice creams for a walk, and we did take these polos, the ones that are on stick, 350 each one, and boy was it delicious. If you will be here in Albir and you're searching for an ice cream place, please give it a shot. It looks like a small place. It looks like a small place, to go. Might not be everyone's taste, but trust me, you need to try their ice creams because that's going to be the best place you've ever tried it here in Spain. That's guaranteed. Not the cheapest one though, that's true, but one of the best ones for sure. Give it a shot if you'll be here in Albir because we tried it. And we will be going on for more, definitely very, very soon. Some more bars here on the avenue. Everything that is open now, everything will be busy. And Albir is definitely busier than Benidorm right now. It is celebrations week. See, there's a lot of cars even trying to pass to search for a parking spot. It is insane how busy this area is looking like, comparing it with Benidorm because that's a huge city. Albir is just a teeny tiny village that these days gathers hundreds, if not thousands of people to enjoy the weekend. This is what Albir is looking like on weekend. Mid-August during Albir fiestas. Very, very busy, very fun, a lot of loveliest restaurants. If you love different types of food, this is like ideal place where you could come on holidays. And a lot of villages here in the area do have their city or village celebrations during summer. So make sure you check it out to plan your holidays accordingly so that you would be able to enjoy some typical Spanish summer nights. Thank you for accompanying us in today's video. Wish you a lovely day, great holidays if you are on ones, and we'll see you in a new video here on the channel with the latest news update. Bye, teas.